Jai Ma. Today we are going to listen to the 8th chapter of Roaring Silence, Impulsive Genius of a Humble Caretaker. Every one of us in our life might have experienced more than once, invariably, that unconventional wisdom wins over conventional wisdom. But it does not amount to make a rule out of it that conventional approach is of no use. This unconventional wisdom is also a mere gain of one's conventional efforts of previous birth only. When I think of this fallout, an incident comes to my mind. Kochanarayan, the loyal and dedicated Karyasthan, that is caretaker of my family, influenced my life as a social activist a lot. He acted in all capacities as a manager, a servant, a friend, an advisor, all and sundry of our household, who served a family in its days of glory, and kept the loyalty intact even during the days of our doom for 3 generations. He commanded a spotless respect among our family members. In my childhood, he was like an idol to me. As for engaging oneself in any action without a grudge is concerned. From early morning till late night, he worked in our house, who was systematic, disciplined, and a good organizer too. I loved him like anything, as he helped me more than my elders in everything which a child needs. Due to the curse of untouchability prevailing those days, I was not allowed to mingle with him freely or sit near him at par. I never bothered to break the rules and get scoldings from my mother in this regard. On holidays, while he works at the field, I used to sit near him since morning, as I liked to see the sweating drops emerging on his body and falling down in every moment. He too kept me engaged with his folk stories. His 2 sons, Subhash and Santosh, became my friends who accompanied their mother, who was a help to my mother in her outside works like cleaning rice, dal, or such things. Even during the days of a dire financial crisis in the family, where I was born and brought up, the entire family with a group of servants lived happily within the constraints of their means. Kochanarayanan was very well versed in Ramayana and Mahabharata stories. One day, during a small break in works for chewing pan, he asked me, "Could you tell me, my respected young master, why Ravana had 10 heads? What is the meaning of it?" I was in my matriculation. Even though I had got myself familiarized with such so-called stories of a basic scriptures of our culture, I was not prepared so ever to face such poses. I just rattled my intellect, but it refused to fly me an answer. Nothing clicked. I went around asking mother, elder sister, brother, and few others in all innocence and a sense of prick to startles, to get a suitable answer for his question. But everyone have had their own babblings. Someone answered something, others laughed away my inquisitive. Dismayed, finally I decided to seek the answer from him itself. I was back to Kochanarayan and with a dull mood. He asked me, "Got no answer?" He laughed for a moment and told me, "The 10 heads of Ravana means Ravana possessed the intellect of 10 persons together." I was amused to hear the answer and on the amazing intellect of that illiterate villager. This incident opened my eyes and cultivated in me the habit of reading between the lines. Whatever work entrusted to him, Kochanarayan did it wholeheartedly in a systematic, disciplined way, for he got his trainings under our age-old grandfathers, so worked as connecting thread of our old customs of our forefathers. I used to spend more time with him observing how he does with his task in the field, in negotiating a purchase, in accounts, and in everything. One thing I was not able to digest by instinct was his food served on the veranda of our house. Sometimes I used to insist my mother to serve my food also with and near him. For this overreach of mine earned me a lot of scoldings from my family members. On those days, it was not even imaginable that a Nambudri boy try sitting near a chettiar for eating. But I was adamant to have my food sitting near him, and even with the negative comments from other elders of the house, I took food sitting near him whenever I get a chance. During my matriculation itself, I started gaining awareness and enlightenment about the changes that were gaining place in the society itself. And I read few books on social setup of that time and voraciousness of practicing untouchability or to eradicate the menace among people. But after a few years, I happened to attend a satsang of a Swamiji in a nearby town on the concepts of fourfold ways of a Vedic way of life, in which no one is greater in dignity or respectability, but of responsibility and contribution to the collective welfare and evolvements of the society as a whole. But later, when all the involved elements started overreaching with their selfish motives by exploiting, misinterpreting, and disregard to the rules envisaged for their good, the edifice called Varna and Ashram both started collapsing to ruins. But the society as yet is unaware of the real magnitude of the loss they incurred by means of that. Even in our daily life, as some intellectuals say, that all of us, these four kind of tendencies necessity by our life. In stages and steps unknowingly, we pass and perform all these actions. I understood every day every person is going through all the four stages of the system in a single day chores, and that Swamiji told further, when doing puja etc. in the morning, he is a Brahmin. When managing the family affairs with authority, he is a Kshatriya. When purchasing the daily needs and sell them if he has to others is done, he is a Vaishya. And when doing petty works, he is a Sudra. But this explanation was merely superfluous. But when I read in detail and contemplated, I could understand the verse of Gita. Chatur Varnyam Maya Shrishtam Gunakarma Vaibhagasa. The constituent citizens of the society were classified and departmentalized just upon the division of work, not at all divided according to guna, that is, inherent disposition and the karma you brought along with you as inclination from the previous birth and the means and the source you are provided now with to meet the journey towards the final goal of a human birth. Due to foolishness, rather ignorance, I was under an impression that Lord Krishna is a socialist or Samatvavadi or advocate of classless society. No society, however glorious it may become, if its citizens are not classified and educated to live in a mutual dependency with equal rights over the source at its disposal, can never see the face of peace and happiness. This dictum of rishis could never be challenged, defended by anyone, however great and intelligent he may be. If they do, just they are misleading their own fellow human to hell. He is a real demon. When I left home to lead an ascetic life, Kochanarayan became very old, even though he used to frequent our house and did little works and oversees others to do works of the family under his supervision. He felt an unbearable pain on my leaving home, and tried to convince me in vain with the worn-out story and logic and argument that God could be seen even being at home itself. His argument was very different. You can be at home only and do tapas. Why you want to run away from all of us? He asked. I salute to his love for me. I never tried to argue or convince his innocence. Years passed, say more than 25 years. Once I met his son Subhash, my best friend in my youth, who enacted dramas with me, once at Delhi. Subhash told me the demise of his father, Kochanarayan, who was behind me as a moral and emotional support during my childhood and youth, who put impulses of self-discipline, hard work, even understanding the situation in a positive perspective. He was a good friend, mentor, advisor, and elder brother for me. I do pay my prayers for him. May his spirit rest in peace. It's the end of chapter 8. Each and every one of us are born with the astral protection from our ancestors, our Guru and our Guru Parampara. We are designed to come across some mature and kind souls who unlock the perception of our mind to the next level. This need not come through words, it could come in any form. Sometimes we are not able to perceive it at that moment, but when looking back, we know the amount of positive impact they had in our lives. We are prepared to become what we are to become through the people and situations that are designed around us. If you found this video helpful, please do share with your family and friends. Chapter 9 will be released next Sunday. Jai Ma.